Hello everyone, Fling Flung, and I am testing out F123. Now, I got my hands on the 5 hour trial, so I could test out the handling, the physics, the new fucking hell, I'm gonna have an aneurysm trying to say this, precision drive technology that's been introduced for controllers to make everything, much more smoother and not cancerous to, correct oversteers. And I recorded me uh, playing a bit on the time trial and whatnot with the different cars and the different tracks and all that. And I just wanted to share my opinion and my thoughts and how I feel like everything feels. Yeah. So we're starting off Bahrain here in the Red Bull. And already, I don't know what the hell that equal performance sign means because it's all just an arrow. I don't know if it means. I don't know if orange means equal or yellow means not, but they could have just kept it with the green and then grey fucking like whatever sign it was. But yeah, so here I am at Bahrain, and already off that I want to mention 50% brake bias is not the strat anymore. You go 50% brake bias, you will lock your rear axle and fucking kill yourself. And look at that wheel right there. It's not pausing in the middle anymore. You can go from left to right full lock without any problems. So yeah, braking's actually a challenge now. And steering is so much smoother. Look at that. You'd think I'm on a wheel, he says as he goes off the track. But you'd think he's on a wheel, honestly. And I tried this earlier when I came back from where I was out. But I didn't really have my settings all correctly. That's why you can see my personal best up there is invalid. But I didn't have all my settings correct and shit. So I didn't really know what I was doing. Still not used to the handling. The handling, it will take you a long time to get used to the handling of this game, trust me. It's different. It's smoother, but it is different. There's much more of a high risk, high reward element to say. Like with the handling, like you can go for riskier moves, throttle inputs, more aggressive steering, and it is easier. But it's also more punishing in this game, I'd say. Especially with the throttle input. I mean, just the micro corrections there. It's just incredible. And considering how in F122, see if I can get a picture of him. In F122, with the shit handling they had, I'd consider myself quite decent on that. In Abu Dhabi, I was quite a high position. I'm going to see where I was. But I was quite high, and imagine if that's me on that game, imagine what I can do on this game. Although there is a glitch. Here we are in Australia. There is a glitch where you do your OSD customization, and it just doesn't it doesn't save. The customization just doesn't work. But here I'm in Australia, and in the Mercedes feels really smooth. That corner, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels really understeery. It's hard to explain. Like it feels hard to like steer onto it. It's odd. But yeah, 50% brake bias along the strat. So I'd say like the balance is between 55 and 61. But even so, even if you got the right brake bias, you still got to like brake properly. There's this difference to it. Like elevation matters, aero matters, everything matters now. Everything affects the braking. It's not just, it's just more real. It's more real. It's more challenging, but it's also more rewarding. Like if you get a braking thing, like a braking moment right, you do gain a lot of time in the long term. The AI this year as well, I tried a bit of Grand Prix. I don't know if I've recorded it or not. I feel like they're a bit too easy, I'd say. I'm having a bit of difficulty here, aren't I? I'm having a bit of a drift as well. Also, photo mode has not changed, but I don't think that really matters. AI seems way too easy. Like, they give you a lot more space now. But at the same time, I feel like they give you too much space to the point where they just get out of your way, almost as if it's like a blue flag, which is a slight bit annoying. But at least it's better than the fucking dive bombing AI we had last year that had no regards for personal space or anything on the fucking track, no matter what you tried to do. But yeah, here we are in Miami now. Well, okay. I'm going on to Imola. Yeah, what was I saying before? Fuck, I'm not good at commentary. Yeah, the AI, they're good, they're better, They don't have insane straight line speed anymore. They don't have unfair grip. I was going to say they're quite aggressive with their ARS battery. Like off the start, they will drain all their battery to get ahead of you at the start. It's a bit weird. I don't know how it is. I don't know how it like how much I agree with it. But to be honest, as long as I don't have that bullshit straight line speed or the bullshit, cornering, like traction out of corners, I'm fine. And as long as they don't start, killing me once I try and make a move down the inside, it's blessed. The AI, it's good. It's much better than last year. I'll put it that way. But one thing I will note is that on the engines, specifically the Mercedes engine, I feel like it's way too high pitched, no? Like, it's just like, it's almost like a headache to listen to, especially when you're on the straights and you've got DRS and ERS and like you're maxing out your RPM. It's so screechy. There's no way it's not that high in real life. So I don't know, maybe it'll get addressed at some point, but I just feel like it's a bit too high pitched. Just listen to it. It's a bit of a headache, but it's fine. I'm sure we'll get used to it. But yeah, the cars in general, they feel good. They feel more planted to the ground. It feels like they're actually on the road. They're not like floating or whatever, because they felt weird last year. It feels like the actual aero and ground effect is doing the work of the car, like to move it. It feels good. Steering, yeah, it's great. The racing line, the graphics this year, it's got this yellow tint. And I'm a mixed bag on it. It looks good on some tracks and other tracks, like Imola. It looks, I don't know, I don't feel like it suits it. It looks really warm and just, I don't know. It's alright though. It's just not the worst. Apart from my driving's the worst, but it's alright. The lights and the steering wheel dash is also different. Looks a lot more real now. I like that one compared to what we had before. Alright, just insert my fucking commentary then, you prick. Sorry. We're missing classic cars. Of course we are. I don't think we'll ever get classic cars back. I think the licensing is just far gone at this point. But I feel like what could be a good replacement would be icon cars. So cars with a legacy or a history, or they're iconic in a way. Something like the W11 or Senna's 88 MP4. Something like that. Something that just has such significance and it's not just like an old F1 car. That would be great. Formula 3 as well would be a blast. Because, who doesn't want slower racing so that, the casual drivers can keep up. He says, and look at Jano Watmer, it's just going to completely throw that window out the wall. Throw that window out the wall. I'm not even speaking English here. Throw the idea out the window. Right. Throw the window out the wall. Breaking Point, from what I've played so far, it's pretty decent. The cutscenes are magnificent. The characters are, even though they've got the same, they're not changed. Aiden's still a young Max Verstappen with an ego. Casper is still a legend. Casper's still the Kimi Räikkönen of the grid. Devon is still a cunt. Kalia Maya is hot-headed and fit. And also, Devon Butler's, the butler, like the owner of the team, Devon Butler's dad, is a prick. So we've got a lot of uniqueness within the characters of Breaking Point. But from what I play, I'd say it grabs you in quite well. It's another, like, I'm not going to spoil too much, but it's another, two teammates that just can't get along kind of thing. I'm guessing later in the story that'll change, but, What's funny is that the game, obviously the Breaking Point starts off in the 2022 season, and the 2022 cars drive better on F1 23 than 22. It just baffles my mind how shit the handling was in F1 22. That last year's cars were better on this year's game. I will say a problem is with Breaking Point is the difficulty. I've put it on the hardest setting, and it's piss easy because Breaking Point doesn't have an AI difficulty slider. It's too easy even on hards. The AI they're just retarded. They have no IQ. They have the IQ of Nikita Mazepin. Put it that way. They're useless. You can't really get any good racing out of them because I think they're like fucking, even the hardest difficulty, they're like difficulty 80 or something. I don't know. It's annoying, but Yeah, I guess that's just how it is. One thing that I am clueless about, and I haven't really explored properly, is the whole F1 world thing with the car that you upgrade parts. I don't know. That just seems a bit gimmicky and wank to me. Like, why am I? I don't know. I guess I'd have to like look more into it. But from what I've seen, it just looks like a bunch of shit. It looks like another pay-to-win thing put by EA. Fucking literally, you can like dismantle parts and so. What is this? Destiny 2? Why am I dismantling my parts, bro? I paid to play F1, not Formula Destiny, like that. But look at this. Look at Monaco. Look how beautiful this is. Also, the racing line is just easier to see. Like, it's more like shiny and glowy. The game itself, the reflections of the cars, the whole lighting of this game is just good. It's just real nice. It's better than my driving, we'll put it that way. But I just like it. It's on this. I don't know if this is on the same. I think this is on the same game engine as last year, but it's just tweaked so nicely. Also, physics, the damage physics, I'm pretty sure are the exact same. Yeah, I think sometimes if you hit the car hard enough, your wheel can completely come off the tether. But sometimes, well, most of the times, when you like hit the wall or like you hit another car and your wheels come off and you're like still moving, the wheel still has a spaz attack and it just glitches everywhere. It's not really smooth. It just looks retarded. That's been like that since like F1 2021. So I don't know. We'll see about that later. The engine sounds mixed. I don't know how I feel about the engine sound. Mercedes feels a bit. Once again, it's too high pitched, and also it just feels. I don't know. Not really a fan. Ferrari engine, while it might not be the most realistic sound, it's pretty nice. I like it. The Ferrari engine is really, really nice. And when you're at really low RPMs, it makes that like clunky gearbox sound that Ferrari makes in real life. It's really good. Renault engine is, I'd say I prefer last year's Renault engine. It's a bit too, I don't know what the word is, but it's just been changed a bit too much. They would have just like kept it similar to last year's. That would have worked fine because last year's was pretty nice. The Red Bull engine is pretty solid. Last year's engine is a bit more realistic, but this year's engine is just sounds smoother and nicer. F2 engines are the exact same, no surprise there. But to be honest, the F2 engines don't change. But I feel like they could use a change in the actual game. Just the pops. When you upshift an F2 car, and it makes that popping sound. In the actual F1 game, it needs to make more of a popping sound, not a snapping sound. Like, if I just pull like a side-by-side comparison right now. Yeah, I feel like they could just use that louder pop sound as opposed to like the snapping sounds. But it's fine. I don't think it matters too much anyway. But F2 cars also drive very nice because they also fall into the new handling and the new physics and the steering and all that, the precision drive technology. But it doesn't really matter anyway because even in the last game they drove okay because F2 cars they've got a lot more traction because of how much slower they are. Car models, they look good. The new Mercedes side pod isn't on the car yet. I'm pretty sure that's going to come later in an update. What I do want though is an ability every race, like how we had the special liveries this year with like McLaren and Red Bull. I want an ability where when you pick the car in whatever you're doing, like time trial or Grand Prix, whatever, you can also pick the livery that it's had as well, whether you want the standard livery or the special livery they've done for this year. I feel like that'd be good as well. And what would also be cool is how in Grand Prix, you know how you drive as the drivers, like you pick which driver you are. When you go into your radio and you select what you want to say, how to have like an actual audio bite clip of the driver saying like what you've asked to say, like gap in front, kind of like how they do in F1 Manager. I think that'd be alright as well, just a neat little feature. This year's UI as well, like like you've seen down there in the middle, the actual like UI, it's pretty clean, not gonna lie. I like the shiny golden ERS bar with the brake and the accelerator bar on either side. That was some crazy fucking cow steering. the what's it called? And the tracks as well that we have coming back this year. We have China, Portimao, and France. We've had France already in a lot of F1 games. We've had China and Portimao since F1 2021. Like, can we get some different tracks, please? Can we get like Hockenheim? Can we get Malaysia? Can we get fucking Turkey? Can we get Mugello? Can we get something other than what we've gotten for 3 games in a row now? Because like, getting China and Portimao every year, it's gonna get very boring. And Portimao's, I don't know, Portimao's a shit track. I don't like Portimao. 3D models of the drivers as well, much better. They've done George Russell a bit dirty though. His face is like still like thin and fucking fat. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Norris and all that. So the driver models, they've done some pretty good, and they've done others very dirty. Lewis Hamilton doesn't look like he's changed. What's it, Latifi? No, not Latifi. Albon doesn't look like he's changed. Leclerc looks very good. Norris looks very good. I don't know. It's mixed. But overall, they've done a pretty good job. Racing icons as well. Our new My Team icon is Pastor Maldonado.
You've been struck by Pastor Maldonado.
Yeah, Maldonado. The guy that thought he would take the F1 esports racing line in real life.
Maldonado.
This guy.
He was a little over-optimistic at pit entry.
This fucking guy right here.
And he brought his afternoon to an end.
Like, that they're doing it as a meme at that point. What the hell? And also, why the fuck is Kimi not a My Team icon? That's criminal behaviour. Supercars. Supercars are still here, which no one wants. Supercars are now more understeery this year. And also, we have no new ones. And also, online, it's pretty solid. Multiplayer is solid. No one's a twat, well, from what I've seen. And also, there's now an option to disable collision for the first lap, which means no more starts which involve a massacre of half the lobby. Which means fair racing for everyone. So yeah, good job EA. Good fucking job. So yeah, that's F1 23 so far, everyone. It's a solid game. It's a really solid game. I love it. Best F1 game we've had. F1 2020 was really good, but then this game came up. Do you know what? I don't know. That's hard. That's really hard to. Because F1 2020 had classic cars. I'm gonna say F1 23 purely for the drivability for everyone. Like, they've made the drivability on controller the best. I mean, just look at the screen. Look how easy it is. The corrections, the smoothness of the wheel, everything. They've gotten the hang of the cars quite well as well. And what's even better is that we've had people like Max Verstappen that have actually had taken influence with the team that have made this game to help them make the game like more real with their handling and the immersiveness in general. Obviously, there's still a lot of things that can be tweaked, but no game is perfect, and I'm sure this game will get updates later on. Of course it will. And it's just absolutely great. And as the time I'm recording this, my 5-hour trial has finished. I can't play anymore, which is a shame. And I have to wait till next month when I get birthday money. Because this game's expensive as shit, bro. This game's a mortgage, bro. It's like 65 quid for the normal edition as well. That's just bollocks. But yeah, it's great. It really is. And I'll have another video coming out soon on F1 22, talking about how that was. I've got quite some things to say with that game. Sure do. But yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, I've got my 10-week break from this school bullshit. I'm going into college. I don't like this. I don't like growing up. It feels fucking awful. But yeah, I'll be pumping out videos now that I've actually got time. Don't have to worry about revision or none of that bullshit. But yeah, see you guys later. Love.